take questions or?
Okay.
Yes, there is a mic going around, I guess.
Is there a plan to shift the Junta House offices to
sir.
the part of Plaza?
You'll speak on mic so that the others can hear your question.
Is there any plan to shift the Junta House offices to part of Plaza maybe?
As I said, and this was a question which the council asked me also. I think Panjim is a successful city if it is a mixed model. You need some government offices and officers. Don't push us out. We need hotels and restaurants. We need we need a mix of land use. I'll tell you, if you make a city a city of uni living space that all tourists come in and people come and work out, Panjim will die. It's somewhat what Venice.
To the city, and when the traffic goes back into the suburbs, this one way gets into the reverse direction. I think I was late. If you've shown it, that's okay. But
No,
you could.
the plan.
There has to be more entry and exit points. Right now, if you come on the outer corridor, you cannot get inside the city.
Yeah, the city.
You have to go to the Divja circle, etc., and then come all the way back to the city, where again there is a traffic congestion.
One
How
of
are you
the-
going to obviate that?
One of the main points is we will incentivize you to park here and use our loop. So we propose that by this incentivization,
No, I'm going
by
to Donapur. I'm not coming into the city.
no, the loop
What do we
goes
do?
to Dona Paula. It will take you faster than the car,
Okay.
than your car.
So even
Def-
if I'm going anyway to Donapur, etc., I've got to park
Get
here,
the loops.
go there and come back.
Not necessary. Not necessary. See, the first loop, if you take for example the university, it's here. You know, every student takes a bike today. It's impossible to access the university either from Bambolim or from the bus stand area. It's so godforsaken. If you live in Nagali Hills, people today live with 2 cars. Otherwise, you can't move into that area. My point is, if I get a resident into Nagali Hills and into this area, they can move in with at least 1 car. You know, this will be so friendly that every 5 minutes you will have, this bus stop will have a bus. Either way, it will go this side or if you want to go this side. So, that much traffic will be less. And that is what I propose. So, you will be incentivized to park here. It will be much faster.
On that point, when you said the bus system moves to Dona Paula, you said Dona Paula Junction. But what happens to the residents who are in Dona Paula proper and Marvel? Anyhow, they will move with the cars to the city because we won't get a bus system. I'm a resident of Dona Paula. Today we don't get a transport down, so we automatically have to come with our vehicles because the bus route used to go down. Now they don't go. I don't know for what reason. That's one point. Secondly, when you cover decongestion of Panjim, Dona Paula, we have a really horrifying time for traffic. Can't there be a similar system to stop the traffic from coming to the jetty, because there's no possibility of widening those roads. As a result, we cannot even get out of our houses. Forget if there's an emergency, we are caught inside there. It starts right from 2 o'clock
I
to
got
5
your point.
o'clock.
I got your point.
So, there's that where the garden is, there's a huge field there. You can do some parking system there. So similar decongestion will happen to
First of all, we would think whether the whole lot of transport buses would be allowed to come into Dona Paula.
No, but they used to come.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the tourist traffic which comes. The residents' traffic we have taken care. I'll share with you. Your problem is there is a huge tourist traffic. These towns which we have studied also have a huge inflow of tourists. See, we can always stop the tourists at the thing and say, you please take transport.
Yeah, they can have some bus.
Absolutely. So if there is a 5-minute thing here, the bus, their bus will be charged to come in. We will have definitely parking for buses there, or if they move around. But for residents, This is the Dona Paula circle. There are two microbuses which will take you from this Dona Paula circle. It is marked on the plan to Marivel village, and to the jetty here, and to this is the jetty and this is the Marivel village. Yes, we can extend it to the Cabo if the governor wants to take it.
So I wanted to ask you that all the 8 routes that you have shown, all the routes will be clockwise and anti-clockwise?
Depends on at the moment, yes.
And what about the dead hours like 2 p.m. in the afternoon?
In the afternoon?
Yeah, because many of the students who are going to many places like Kala Academy, the Sunaprant in Altino, because your Altino loop, it starts in somewhere in the CBT region.
Yes.
It doesn't start from the periphery of the city. So that person will have to first go to the CBT and then take the Altino route.
No, Altino route is going to the ferry, Kala Academy, moving at Vivanta Road and coming up. You can go to Kala Academy.
So the person who is living at, for example, say Taligaon,
yes,
will have to first reach that point and then take the Altino route.
Any person will have to do one interchange to move from anywhere to anywhere, unless you are going in that same loop and you enter the same route. But one interchange is the bare minimum we are asking you. 125 meters is the bare walk you will have to do, and 5 minutes is the bare wait you will have to make.
And what about the timings like 7 a.m., 2 to 3 p.m. and after 8:39 or something like that? Because the people who are reaching the bus stand at, let us say, around,
your point is
9.
about timing. No, I'll talk about all timings. My peak hour starts from 8:30. Before that, there is a student hour from 7 to 8:30. There is a student hour. We have taken it into consideration. Now, the early morning service, we have to decide when to start. From 6 to 7:30 is the early morning service. We will start that. We have designed our services till 10 in the night. If we have to extend it to midnight, we will have to do it. It's all modular. It's how the response comes in.
The buses leaving at the center bus stand towards the other cities starts at around 6:45. So to reach there at 6:45, you need to have a bus service from the periphery of the city.
Yes. We will work. Timings is the easiest part of it. Once you have the bus, how fast to ply it and how often to ply it is very easy to accept this. Timings can be worked upon.
And this ready recorders have to be there for the tourists, because I had been to Pune recently. It was very horrific because there was no display
Show
of
that
the
bus picture. Yeah. One thing is we have to do a very good signage system. I agree. And now people are on tech. You have to have an app on your phone which will tell you which bus will reach there. We'll work on that app.
This information is on the net.
No. Today's the first day. I'll put it on the net. It will come on the net, both on the Panjim website or on Amchi Panji site, or we'll put it on all sites possible because we need suggestions. Yes.
Just an observation.
Poonam, just take the mic, please.
Very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Over the years, whatever we have been talking about, it has all come through, and very true that everything has to be put together. So I'm glad that if we bring it out, we have to bring everything down together. The Miramar Road on a weekends, and there are a lot of drivers from neighboring states which come in, which are rushing through, and when I used to take a walk, I avoid now on the weekends to go to the Miramar beach. It is also the place where for the weekend people are coming, the residents as well. It's a social issue, how to bring that balance out, because people are driving from Donapola to Gandhi Circle at horrendous speeds. So I don't know, even that barricade that has been done, but that to bring out still that people do come over the weekend. It's nice to see the people, and yet it is not as dangerous. Don't have a solution, just a point that has been missing in the overall, not only focusing on the CBT part of it, but Miramar Road is also an important one.
I think there is an overall need to slow down traffic on the main DB marg. One of the main reasons to introduce the tabletops, which have become now just tops, it has lost the thing. One of the main reasons to introduce tabletops in Panjim at regular intervals was to show that pedestrians have preference there. They were at a higher level. You had to naturally slow down, come up. I think that has to be introduced on the road again at those levels, so people would come in slowly. And I would also like to introduce two things to the citizenry in Panjim. One is the city being no honking, and the other a fixed speed limit. So if you have a fixed speed limit of 40 wherever you go, it solves to a large extent. And with these tabletops and all, it makes a very pleasant drive. I think we have lost sight of this pleasantness in our surroundings. We should inculcate it back again.
Sir, congratulations on a wonderful presentation. One question that comes to my mind is, this is about the bus routes.
Yes.
Is there any thought given to rickshaws or taxis where people can move with, suppose they have some things to carry? Is there any thought given to that? Because sometimes people may find it difficult to carry things in the buses, especially the senior citizens.
One of the design factors which we would like to implement is make the buses more friendlier than rickshaws and taxis. The bus station or the bus stop will be at the same level as the bus. There would be no step. The bus will have no step. It will be one floorboard, and the floorboard will extend into your bus. So if you have a trolley, suitcase, you can just wheel it into the bus. And only this bus will move into the bus stop at a designated bus stop, and you will move in. Whereas in the taxi, you will have to move up. So I think I will have a problem with how to solve the taxi and the rickshaw guys' problem. I am more worried about that. I'm not worried about senior citizenry. They'll just breeze through my buses.
So these will be 70 new buses.
Yes, absolutely. You saw the bus picture I gave you?
Yeah, but what happens to
You know, it's a good question. See, these are dynamics which have to be worked. I know you're grinning because it's a problem. You know, Bevinda, you only point problems. You come with a solution.
I like the new bus idea.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
like.
what do you do with the old?
See, there are 71 buses. One is to tell them to have a golden handshake and thank you. But it's easier said than done. We invited a person called Amy Lerner for a talk on the Festival of Ideas series 2 years ago. He was, I had the, actually Charles Correa suggested that name, and I just shot an email and he said, I'm coming. So that was the problem, how to get him from Brazil, from a place called Curitiba. It is deep down, I don't know where, but it is in Brazil somewhere, and he was... The talk was over, it was wonderful. It's inspired me to do this, because he has done much bigger things there. Then I was taking him around, burly Brazilian, loved his drink and loved his siesta. So on the way to the airport, he wanted to go to the beach in the hot sun. So I took him to Kolva. And sitting on a shack, he told me, one of the things he did, he put up a plan like this. And he said, one of the things he did is, he built this, he brought his new bus. He was an architect in the city office, in the municipality of Curitiba. He was an architect, the city architect, city planner, city engineer, whatever. He was so fed up with the municipality that he contested to be the mayor of Curitiba, and he won. After being the mayor, he started this problem, and Curitiba has the best rapid transport system. Every 2 minutes there is a bus anywhere, and it runs like a train. That's the bus. He told me there were the same problems. We have to learn from these. He brought the bus and called the operator. He said, you take this my bus, you junk your bus and run my bus. But when you run my bus, this will be the rule. The problem here is we have to enforce it. The moment I start enforcing, I get a call. That should not happen. So you have to get these people into the system. If they don't want, we can move out. We can give them another route outside the city. Because, we have looped Santa Cruz and the area. We have to still loop Mercedes because we don't want traffic coming from Santa Cruz, Mercedes. We have to loop Porvorim. So we can use a loop of these buses, There are ways. Closer to the thing, we will get into this skirmish.
Hi. Thanks for your and the council's leadership on this. You answered some of my questions on the resident parking, no honking and all this.
Yes. You are a resident?
I'm a resident.
Which building?
Kadamba. So there's a bunch of us that don't forget us, the resident part.
No. You saw your building marked there, right?
Yeah, I was looking out for it.
Yeah, your building was marked. We know exactly how many people stay in your building.
Okay, so if
I don't know that you were from that building, but I know how many people stay there.
If you come on Sunday morning, you can see how much parking is required there.
I have walked around.
So one of the things is, this is a great plan. So that this doesn't go the way the market parking structure went, right? And generally the bus experience also in Goa has been rude drivers, conductors, rash driving. Parking lots are unhygienic, dirty, shady, unlit. So one of the things could be to make sure that this stays, doesn't go that way. And a way to ensure that also walk the walk is the council commits to not using their drivers and using the same system rather than being dropped off at their offices. So that kind of drops the walk and also ensures that these places don't degrade because you are using this on a daily basis.
So commissioner will also have to follow this hop and.
Not just the commissioner, all of the council. And Mayor Bloomberg does this in New York City because they usually use the subway. And that is one point whether you guys can commit to that. That will assure the public. The other point is if you walk in the city today and just curb the illegalities that are happening on the streets, you can get at least 20% more space. Like auto repair just between Nova Goa and EDC. There are at least 4 parking auto repairs that are happening. The entire street between Nushti Fund and AB Road is used by street repairs, including the footpath. So you can take a walk tomorrow morning and stop there.
No, I've already walked. I agree.
Yeah, but you can stop that.
Let me.
That will be the action.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you. I hope Kadamba Apartments will support the plan. One of the things is you raised is the officials taking public transport. South America is an inspiration for my work here. The mayor of Bogota made a statement. It said development here doesn't mean counting how many cars the poor have. It means counting how many times the rich take the bus. And we have to introduce it. My only fear is I don't mind walking. I hold 2 offices. One is in EDC building and one is in, when the mayor calls, I run. It is faster than taking the car right round, and it is faster talking to her, walking in front of your building and coming and joining my other office. I walk. But my fear is all my people, peons and all who go to deliver letters, they'll go on the microbus and come at 5:30. Because it will be free, they'll have a card, they'll just go. But the idea is how to make, this is the culture mindset change which I have talked about. I would be happy when, no offense meant, maybe Jerome and Wendell from the Altino thing take a bus and keep their BMW there and go to their Kampal office. That would be fine. And when Srinivas comes to Dempo House with a bus, it will be good. And I will take the bus from office to office. It will be much faster. I don't like to take names, but just off the cuff examples. You can take a bus around because they will be there. It will be much more friendlier. It just has to get once. I'll tell you, many people tell me it cannot be done, but I'm a huge trier and I never give up. I'll be transferred, but I will not give up. The same thing happened when in 2003. When we launched a campaign called Bin Free in 2003. There were 1,300 bins in the city. Everyone said it will not happen. There were people, PMCA was there, Patricia was needling you, saying that it will happen. The rest were all saying no. But we had a very strong mayor who said it will happen. Or maybe he felt it will not happen, but he said we have to do it. Supported us throughout. Residents said it will not happen. Today we have Panjim, which is the first city without 1,200 bins. There is no community bins. 25,000 apartments we walk. My people bring their waste down. Which other city in Goa does? We have done it. Then when we launched Mission Chakachak, people talked. We didn't bother. We said people have to segregate. You think it was in the mind of the people of Kadamba apartments to segregate? No. Absolutely. I'll tell you how many trips I did to your office, to your apartment. I mean, just an example. I mean, there are. But today people are segregating. We are the first city in the entire city to do 100% segregation. We are moving up. We have to be better than someone. So we'll be the first here also. We will not give up. We'll do this. Madam is here.
One question.
Let him finish.
Why is the High Court road so dirty always?
Pardon?
The High Court road always dirty with all the garbage on the road.
Can I take the topic? See, if you want to quiz me as a commissioner, I'll come some other time. Let me take topics on that. I'll note your thing. I'll clean it tomorrow. But I don't know. I'll note your stuff.
Most of the hotels in the
High Court road from the Portuguese consulate to the High Court.
Yeah, always with garbage bags on the road from there. If collection is there, then those bags should not be there. Somebody is not keeping the garbage.
Possible. I'll check that. Possible. Thank you for that.
Most of the hotels in the Panjim, most of the taxis are standing over there in front of those hotels. So they should be restricted now. Even we can start right now for that. And most of the space of the parking is occupied by them. Secondly, if you try to see the godowns which are in the Panjim city, early in the morning, the rickshaws and all that, they block the entire thing. If you see the Hotel Fidalgo, that godown of cement,
yes.
If you see in the morning, rickshaws are there, tent posts are there, entire thing is blocked.
Yes.
You can see there is a ice factory which is there. It's got a big, the truck is standing with that, all the ice and everything. This should be stopped. Most of the roads, if you see, that there is workshops are going on the road.
I get your point. There are services within the city core which involve the movement of traffic and heavy traffic. We are listing these areas. We are listing two things. One is warehousing type of activities, and second is auto mechanics. These are the two things which we are listing, and we have to come up with a plan with this. I have not thought about it, but definitely we have to work on something with the help of these people. It is a problem because Panjim has evolved. You know, it has grown. You are a resident from there, you know, it has grown from your childhood to whatever now. So maybe that godown is there, but it has to move. We have to work on some arrangement. These two things we are working on. We are listing. Like I have listed a lot of things. You would be surprised that I have counted this traffic. So I have to count that. I'll do that. I'll work on. First is to get the data, and we have to move them out. I'll work on some place.
I approach many times the councillors, so then they say, no, what is this? That will be going on. I said, there are rules in the municipality that they can stop immediately. All these things which are going on, workshops and all that.
Yes. Yeah, Raj. Talula, you can have the mic. Okay, Miki.
Just had a comment and a question. Comment is, first of all, thank you to you and the whole team. I hope at some point, there's some of your team sitting there. Maybe they can stand up and we can give them a round of applause also.
Let the questions finish. I want to introduce my team.
Then my question is, this looks like a project of massive proportions. At least 7 to 10 years before we'll be seeing the picture that you've shown us, and at least a few hundred crores.
7 to 10 years? I will never work on such a big time frame.
Okay, that was my question actually. I think it's going to take at least. I'm talking about.
Let me tell you one thing. The situation is right to implement this plan in all aspects. I will not elaborate.
Okay. That's all. I want to do.
How much funding is required for whatever you are doing? How are you going to arrange this funding? And what support do you have on that side?
I had a point on my slide which said the cost of congestion which the society suffers has to be much more than the cost of implementation of a decongestion model. Only then will it work. When people really feel that it costs us so much, that is point one. The presentation has come only because that we feel that there is excessive congestion and that the cost we are paying for this congestion is much more. Honestly, we have not costed the plan. We have done ballpark figures, which I don't want to say because they are not correct.
Plan to raise that funds. It's okay. I am not interested in what is the fund.
It will not cost much. It will not cost much. Most of the things we have. And it will pay for something, and today I don't need to, there will be, if my model is, if I can carry 50,000 people, there will be a private operator who will guarantee me to run all 60 buses I need.
What is the time frame you are giving yourself to complete this?
Lots of factors. The initial phase of, listing the parking, doing the actual parking and no parking plan, designing the one-way streets, everything should take 6 months, the first phase. Then it comes to just one thing, getting the buses and designing the bus shelters and bus roads. The things, changing the pavement and all can keep happening. There I would say it would be 18 months. All other conditions being free, I can just walk by. No trader will oppose, no Kadamba apartments will oppose. If you give me that situation, 18 months. No, approvals, see, the council wants the plan. I now, this is for public, now I have to see how the 18 June road and all the people react to it. They will give me suggestions and objections. Same thing happened when I did bin free. When I removed the bins, people dumped at the same place where the bin was kept. We kept a person standing there, they dumped on him. We have gone through this. I have a lot of patience. But we will get through, you have to persevere, and support will come because people will slowly get more and more disgusted with congestion.
So one question which I have is, there's a very integrated approach we have given to the whole system, and as you said, one system cannot be started without the other, it should start all together. So this would regulate the internal traffic arrangement for the city. So but the main point where after the entrance near Hira petrol pump, where all the traffic from every side gets congested and the buses add to that, and during the peak hours it becomes on. The moment you enter Panjim, that is the first bottleneck which you find, that itself gives you an impression that you are entering Panjim. So it slows down. So anything you have planned for that?
There are a couple of measures being worked upon. One of the measures is to have a separate lane from the bridge going into the south of Goa, which will not enter into the circles of Panjim. One suggestion which has come is to make all the circles integrated into one huge circle. There are, and it's a good suggestion. There is another thought of shifting the bus stand a little away and working on those areas. For the outer area, we want to see whether we can carry traffic northbound traffic from the city, from the Pato directly on the bridge without going through any circles. There are many solutions on the table, but we want to study them.
So one more thing which I want to add is a person who wants to go from Apsa direct to the Pamboli or that side, the Donapal side.
That's the road
here.
here.
Also gets stuck inside the traffic.
No, that's what we are saying. We want to get him directly on the southbound national highway without getting into the city. It would entail a elevated road, I guess. I think that is being thought to. Yeah. Sanjit?
Or maybe at that petrol pump, the one next to KTC. Can't your rapid transport?
No, it can start anywhere, but you should be able to park. You should be able to come from north or south, park in that area, and then board the rapid transport. So till if my rapid transport is opposite the Santa Monica jetty, you will have to at least come there.
Yeah, but if you had to have it just before the bridge, that would reduce your congestion on the bridge and KTC.
Possible.
That is one part of my question. The second part of my question is, second part of my question, how would you, like for example, the parking that we currently have in the market, you can't even park there because of the light and spitting and things like that. So how, I mean, is there like a private partnership or?
No, the basement parking is definitely unusable as of now. I have no doubts about it. And to make it usable, it would, entail a lot of things, which is minor, which we would do.
Yeah.
But there are not big numbers of parking there. The third phase, which is being planned, which would come, would give me a parking space of almost 200 cars. So then definitely, and we have, see, just creating parking is not enough. It has to be complemented with a no parking outside the market. Only when there is no parking outside the market can people go inside, will people go inside and park. So there is an opposition from traders as usual, that they'll say people will not come because you are charging there. They have come to the commissioner, they have come to the mayor. We will definitely work around it, but we are putting pay parking inside and creating slowly a no parking zone outside the market.
My question was slightly different. I wanted to check, say, in another 2 years, what's the
Getting too much of
sustainability?
chances.
What's the sustainability of the parking areas? What I'm asking. So after 2 years or 3 years, light fixtures, I don't know, parking personnel.
No, that's all under maintenance, definitely. But one of the things is to privatize these parking areas. Definitely the city is not going to manage these parking areas. We cannot. We don't have the capacity, nor do we have the wherewithal. We have to privatize this parking, and when we privatize this parking, they will maintain and operate.
Sanjit,
Yes, Raj.
compliments on your effort to you and your team. And we as citizens should support you rather than being skeptical about this whole thing. I just had a small suggestion that to take it from the micro level to a macro level. I feel what needs to be done at the next level is to understand the reasons why people come to the city. And if a small study on those grounds is made, then most probably we'll able to come out with some better solution. For example, government offices coming to Pato would straight away bring a lot of traffic entering the city to stop at Pato itself. People coming from different cities, especially Margao, Ponda, Mapsa, even Margao would actually sit in a shuttle and come down to Pato, walk to these offices, finish their work and go back. Schools, for example, which is proposed to be around Bambolim, again would decongest the city. Markets is planned around the periphery now. Let's say like you have a main market here in Panjim, but if you can identify a place in around Donapaula and one in Porvorim, again would decongest. What I'm basically trying to say is an immediate plan and a long-term solution. Your solution primarily focuses on an immediate problem. But I think we need to look at it in terms of its limitation, which would be 5 years from now. And if a study is continued further in regards to this, I think we would be able to come out with a much better solution to a possible disaster in the near future.
Yeah, moving everything out is also not desirable. I think, I don't know how you have the notion of so many government offices being there. I think most of them can go. Panjim municipality cannot go out of Panjim. We have to be in Panjim. We can't go. But my point is very simple. Lot of offices have gone. But the point someone raised is there are people coming in Panjim also. We have to, as I said, we have to curate it.
You have public functions at Kala Academy, the Inox Theatre where people come to watch movies, exhibition centers. How do you decongest that crowd?
No, we don't decongest. We have given them parking. And see, if 300 cars park at the Santa Monica area and go by bus to Inox, there'll be much more. And there, believe me, if you park outside, you'll park cheaper. If you park inside, you pay. So you'll definitely pay much more. See, I'll tell you, pedestrianization and one-ways and all this transportation model, bus transit, cannot be fashion. Because it's very fashionable to say we have. People don't buy fashion. Only when it is like, oh, I cannot afford to park there, period. Then is when people will park at Santa Monica, pay 1 rupee or 10 rupees. You come, you pay 100 rupees. You come in. That's the time people will see. It's not, I don't want to promote it as a fashionable thing to do. It will never work.
Can I?
Have you thought about using riverfront, waterfront for small transits?
Yes, it is there on my map because absolutely. The government is also thinking of it. We are trying to explore from the Betim ferry wharf whether we can directly go to various places like Race Margos opposite, but it should be fast traffic. It is being explored.
The existing ferries only if you can increase the frequency, I think.
Yes, I agree. It is on our mind. It is on our mind.
So can I understand that this is the last question, so I'd like to make it quick as well. First of all, I'd just like to congratulate you on what you've presented. I think it's wonderful. I think the framework was very impressive, and work in different cities, so I think it's a good solution. But I'd like you to just suggest what do you think is your greatest next challenge? And secondly, obviously there's a lot of interest in this. How do you propose to elicit feedback? Are you going to have a website? Are you going to do this? You know, what are your mechanisms for eliciting feedback and getting the right people in place to help?
Immediate challenge is to get okay from all people, all sections, all actors and stakeholders. That's the immediate challenge. We have put it out. To elicit response, there are two aspects. One is we are going to put a whole template of our plan in the municipal office in the hall. We'll keep a register there for suggestions with their email or whatever. We'll get back to them. We will put it on the website, ask for comments. We may have a seminar for residents again, another public presentation, perhaps a day-long interaction with architects, with traffic police, with fire services, with PWD. It is required. All actors, all stakeholders. So that's a public consultation has to be taken at another level now. Yes, sir.
I need the mic.
Talula, please have the mic.
No, I think I can be heard.
Yeah.
I can be heard. First of all, I was really surprised the lady picked up the phone saying that, the mic saying that it is the last question, no questions to be asked. I was surprised. No, it's okay, it's okay. I think I can be heard. See, I don't want to beat around the bush.
Sanjit, just use the mic.
Asking. Okay, it's okay. I think my voice is louder. I just wanted to ask three questions. Number one is in your CCP Act, is there a provision, because you will require that for this particular scheme, is there a act which says that you can have a separate traffic cell to monitor what is going to happen when this thing comes up? That is number one. Whether for this particular plan CCP will employ a traffic planner, because too many people who are, with due respect, elected representatives involving themselves with this doing this particular thing have to be overruled through a qualified traffic planner, which is not happening even in the traffic cell. And the third thing is that any further type of implementation of bus stops, stands, two-wheelers or three-wheelers, they require a notification. And today the RTO has been issuing licenses to people much more than what is the needed quantity of two-wheelers and three-wheelers who keep on coming on the streets of it. Anything has been included in this to control the RTO and the interference like you accepted?
Regarding issuance of, I'll take your last point first. I definitely agree there has to be an upper limit. We have not worked out what the upper limit is of how many three-wheelers, how many pilots and how many taxis could park in Panjim. There has to be a threshold limit of how much Panjim needs. We have to be need-based, not greed-based. So definitely I agree with you. That is one of the points I think the team should take down. We will work on limiting this. I agree with you. We cannot keep on having. And I'll add to it, there are a lot of these renter bikes which are also occupying a lot of space. People have come to me complaining that entire street is full of renter bike. That is a problem, and we have to. As of now, the renter bikes have stopped being. I think they have stopped issuing licenses.
Have taken over.
That's another problem. See, the plan has to be dynamic. You know, a lot of people are eating Domino's. So from one bike they have gone to 10 bikes. And city needs the business. You know, it is a catch-22 for me.
At least they're not driving to pick up the pizza.
Charge them for parking.
No, definitely. I told you that we are before doing this plan, we are freezing a no parking and a pay parking model totally. It works. What was the other question? Notifications of bus stops and
yes.
We will follow that. And third point was about the CCP having its own. The plan intends to have a citizen warden team. The municipality cannot do. I work with a lot of people, all of them work. I think people should come forward to man their own city. We will pay them, of course. People who are passionate about their job, there are a full team of people who work only on garbage. They're passionate about it. I also love to work on garbage. I may not have that much interest in passing building laws or whatever. But there are people who are, like you are very passionate about traffic. That's why you bring all these legal issues to me. Point is, we have to have a team of citizen wardens who will work and manage the city in all aspects. And I think we are slowly coming to that. On Tuesday, we have worked with the PI. That day we had a meeting. We are trying to, clamp down on these things. I want to put a municipal person first, slowly withdraw him with a citizen. We'll give him all powers. I will devolve all my powers. So for that traffic violation, he'll be the commissioner.
And the traffic planner part of it?
There is a traffic planner who was in our ranks who has worked on it. He's Delhi based. We are in the process, the government is in the process of getting a master planner for Panjim. Any plan, it would come at the end of November max. The bids have already come today, the interviews will happen. We need a good planner for not only traffic, but all sorts of procedures and constructions and public activities which have been planned by various architects, organizations, departments, have to pass through this planner, and it will come out and then it will be implemented. That is for a definite, it will happen by the end of this month of November. Everything, whether it is the car park at Santa Monica, or the captain of ports wants to do its jetty, or the traffic plan has to pass, it has to pass through this qualified person. Definitely it is. This is a proposal, this has been worked. It has to be vetted, and a expert planner can only vet this. It has to be vetted. Can I request some people to stand up? Maybe Richard, Vignesh, Anjali, Kalula, Arti. Nikki, you can stand up. Nikki, you can stand up. Sanjit, you can stand up. I don't ask you to stand up ever again. Please stand up. Shavani, you can come forward. You are already standing. Where's Mapi? Oh, please stand up. Madam wants you to come in front. Please, you all have worked very hard on this. It is, as I said, implementing this plan is a networked effort. Putting up this plan was a much huger networked effort. It has to, they have to come. They have worked a lot. Come, please. Come, Kalula, please come. I have not said that. Atik, come down. At least if you are not involved, you have harassed us enough. Oh, where is? I can't see. Oh, you are already standing. I was sitting. I was looking at all. Say, please. Where's Karen? Oh, come. Someone standing whom I have not seen. No one else? Okay. We have all these people have, and many more have given a lot of inputs into the plan. Hours and hours have to go, and now before we give them a round of applause, the champion who has also pushed us is the Honorable Mayor. Madam, please. And from the foundation, I know Charles has not gone, is not around. I would like Kit to please come in. Please. Thank you, and I hope you will support us on the plan. And a big applause to all who are there.
One more.
Dear Panjimites, traffic congestion is an immediate problem, and decongestion of this is a dream of Panjimites. With your support, we are going ahead with solution, and I hope all of a sudden it won't happen, but all of us will work on it, and suggestions, all the suggestions from people, Panjimites, always welcome, and I hope this dream will come true.
We are shifting here. We already got go down.
I thank Commissioner Sanjit for presenting the decongestion model for the city of Panjim. We also thank Madam Srimati Vaidehi Naik, the present mayor, for being present and for being supportive, along with the committee of the Panjim city. The Charles Correa Foundation also wishes to thank Professor Jivan Mittu, who was involved in the early part of the planning and to provide us a framework for working this plan. We also wish to thank Sri Desai and his team from the Transport Department, Sri Gate and his team from the Kadamba Transport Corporation, Sri Ashok Menon from the Fire Department, members of the citizen group from Amchi Panji for guiding us and providing us valuable inputs through the development of this model. We hope to see this model implemented after incorporating suggestions from all citizens, and also wish to see a tremendous improvement in the quality of life in Panjim. Thank you for all being here. We hope to see you at our next talk. If you wish to be informed further about Charles Correa Foundation lecture, please leave your contact details at the book outside. Thank you again.